Kusabi family. All right. Um, let's kick it off. Salute to everyone watching by Bantu Ukulele Twitter account. Salute to everyone watching by Truth Colors Shire Congo Facebook page. Salute to everyone watching by Yasiyahu Facebook page. Salute to everyone watching by Left Ship to Healing REA Facebook page. Salute to everyone watching by King David YouTube channel. Salute to Goshen. Salute to Michaela and Micah. And Nitana and Cheryl. May the Father's will be done on the earth as it is in the Shemayim. I want to say salute to Tia, who will be coming down tomorrow. Salute to Jazz, who is just recently got here. Salute to Charles, who touched down Sunday. And salute to everyone who is on their way coming for the second Passover, which will be October 31st of this year. The year is what? 2022. People are still in 2021. We're in 2022. There is, how can I put this? We'll go ahead and get started with the intro. There's a couple of things we're just gonna look at, and then I'm gonna get up off of here because here is 7:37 p.m. That's where it is in Arizona. But for me now, it is literally 2:37 a.m. for me right now. So it's a reasonable time for you all still to hear the message, but it's 2:37 for me. So 7:37 p.m. Mountain time for Arizona is 2:37 a.m. for me here. There's some good news popping off. A lot of people who are learning about some things right now are they don't know what to think. They're like, wait a minute, what? Huh? So yeah, let's see. Right, so let me see. Let's go ahead and get it popping. Intro. That one. That one.
and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown into that lake of fire and burning sulfur. This is the second death.
Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Hey, Yahuwah says, your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Multitude like the haters, not your haters, they're your
Beats by all the songs.
Yeah. Truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors. Hey, when you learn the truth, it will set you free. Many are held captive, stolen identity. But let me just shoot the breeze, release you from Satan's squeeze. He's all like enemies, no matter the color you see. That truth friend
All right. So this is what I had to wear, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. Why? Because something was popping off in this land, and I had to go out like this. You know what I'm saying? So we ran up on the cops because we was in a car trying to get to where we need to get to. And so I literally had to stay concealed because they got my face pasted in Gambia. You know what I'm saying? In certain different places. So in the airport, my face is pasted. In other places, they got me pasted. Why? Because I was like, literally I said F Islam and F Christianity when I first got here. Literally out the gate. So at that time, they was pissed, mad about it. So they literally put my face, you know, up in the airport, you know what I'm saying, for if anything to pop off, boom, you know what I'm saying, they know where to try to come and get me. So I had my identity concealed just in case I had to go up with somebody. So we're going through certain parts of Gambia and they know to take your phones and all that kind of stuff like that. It's not aggressive, but I was like, if anyone try to take my phone, I'm going to bust their face. My whole job is to literally crack their jaw and send it to the other side of their face. And I mean, with every single thing within me, I am going to hurt you. So then we're in the car after, you know what I'm saying, doing some shopping for the people who were with. And it's been like a long day. I'm tired. I'm in back. I'm like ready to sleep. I'm falling asleep. Then all of a sudden, I see this cop pull over our driver. But I see this other white boy who says, I had this. And he just lets him go. So I'm sitting all the way in the back of this van. I was like, hold up, wait a minute, what? I said, let me out the van. I got out the van. I didn't even care no more. At that time, I was like, I don't care if they see me or not, just put it off. Literally pulled off the the hood and everything, came out with the brass knuckles, showed up and was running up on the cop. He was like, Q, da, da, da. I was like, Q. I said, how you gonna let the white boy go pass by? You always want to try y'all up and treat y'all people bad up here worse than anybody, but y'all let these imposters, these Europeans come over here and run everything. And the police station is right there. I could care less. Please put like this. The people were surrounding around like, what in the world? That dude, that cop was scared. Me and Gerald both was standing up there like, what? I was like, it's a different day. I said, y'all other people might be cowering to the police, but I can care less about the police. I could care less about the police when I was in the States, and I can care less about the police here in Gambia. We can go toe to toe. I can care less. I remember the first day here from Gambia, I remember I said, Elf Islam. One of the soldiers was like, oh, we could fight. I stood up in his face and was like, yeah, we go. Let's go. We can fight. Let's go. I ain't fighting fair. I'm gonna pick up a trash can. I'm gonna pick up a brick and crack your head open. So, with that, the person who's trying to help, they've been so desensitized about the different help that comes that they want to try to protect the officer. Other people was like, man, y'all Rasta. Like either everyone see my hair, they were like, Rasta. And they try to sell you everything. I don't care what it is. When you come down here, you can say, no, I don't want to buy it. They will find another way to try to get you to see something else. Well, come and see this. No. Okay, well, come and see this. No. They're hustlers. I'm just saying that. So women, hold on to your purses. Hold on to your phones. If you was not good in holding your phone in the States, you need to get good in holding your phone in the Gambia, because they will find a way to get your phone up out your hand, and the next you know, they'll be trying to sell your phone to the next person who is passing down the street and say it's their phone. I'm serious. They sell phones down the street. They sell phones like it's nothing, you know. And it's probably a phone that they probably took from somewhere, most likely. So here, they're just trying to survive. But what the way of trying to survive is taking from others, right? So on this day, it was like someone tried to take my phone, and in the process of doing it, I'm here use all as hard as I can. So not to ever try to do that again. And I told them, say, Americans, we coming down here and we taking this bad boy over. There's many more soldiers like me coming. That day was interesting. It sure was interesting. People was like, what in the world? I'm telling you, that cop was looking at us with fright. Like, he would sit on his bike like he knew I could care less about his authority or what he thought he held. Completely. We have witnesses to actually seeing that. So other people see that there's a change taking place in the Gambia. They can see something is totally different. People don't try us here. You just need to know how much it costs for a cab so they don't overcharge you. For an all-day ride or whatnot, that's 200 Gambia, right? So let me show you the money, all right? So Gambia money is different, right? This is Gambia money. This is for an all-day drive on a cab. So if you're going all the way to Senegambia, you're going to pay this much. If they try to get you to pay any more than that, they're trying to rip you off. If they say 350, 350, don't pay it. 200. If you're going somewhere less than Senegambia, it's going to be even less than that. It'll be like 30 Dalasis. Like, this is a Dalasi right here, so it's 200 Dalasis. So 30 Dalasi is going to be way cheaper than this. But this, most people in the Gambia don't have this. They're trying to make this. What they mostly have is this. They might have 100, or they might have 10. Or they might have 50, or they might have, but most people will have this, 5s, right? This is what they're mostly gonna have, 5s. So when you're coming from the States, you're already coming full well, right? So their job is what? To try to alleviate you of your money. They have some good products here and some things, you might want to buy, some things you may not want to buy. But this is what they do all day long. Africa or the Gambia is like a place that never sleeps. People say that New York never sleeps. Nah, the Gambia never sleeps. All day long, they are hustling. Now, you will come here and you will see some people who have a black dot on their forehead. This is not makeup. They did not stand in the mirror and put on makeup on the top of their forehead, right? That dot came from them slamming their heads on the ground, on their mats, as they're out in the public praying. So when they come to go pray, you might hear something go boom. As soon as prayer goes, you're like, bam, right down to the ground on a mat. And it leaves a bump right here, a black bump on the middle noggin of their forehead. These are the scribes and Pharisees that the Messiah was talking about and was dealing with in his day. The Gabian, they are deceived. They don't think they had any part to do with us going into slavery. They say that the white man told us that, and that we're all one, and that we're all this. No, we know in the Bible. And they say what the Bible was written by. It was written by the white man. Like, look, the Bible told us exactly that it was a lot of y'all in cahoots trying to remove the children of Yah. It was the people who were surrounding the surrounding neighborhoods or surrounding nations, which will be y'all, captured us and delivered us to the Grecians, sold us to the Grecians for whatever you can get for us. They will not admit that. They will say, the white man told you that. No, dog, we got this word right here that tells us everything. We can see how everything is going on just by the scriptures alone, right? So a lot of people they said, you trying to blame our forefathers for doing this? Like, yes, everyone got to pay. So now, where are we at? This is the most, how can I put this? This is the best time to be living, ever. Of all of the history that can be made, this is the best, I mean the most supernatural event that's about to start taking place. You're about to see scripture fulfilled in front of your faces and don't even know this is going to happen. Everyone who is being lullabied into taking something into themselves that they don't need to take. This is the same thing as a father separating sheep from the sheep, meaning what? Our people from our people. So there's some people who are people who are not belonging to the Father. Every single person who is ushered into taking something into themselves that they don't need to take, but they feel that they need to take it or think they need to take it, that is the Father saying, depart away from me, I never knew you, while they are alive. You got people who are dying from the thing that they said is going around. If they're dying from that at this moment as well, it's the same thing as the Father saying, depart away from me, I never knew you, while they're still alive. You find a lot of Christians, Islamic people who are taking something into themselves that they don't need to take. It's a lot of people in the Gambia who have taken something that they don't need to take. And it's a good thing, actually, in a sense, because this way the Father is thinning out our enemies. The scripture says the time is going to come when 1,000 will fall on your left side and tens of thousands will fall by your right hand. That means they're being slayed. They're being killed. So that means the ones who don't die automatically, then it's going to be our job to take them out. Because anyone who is taking anything into themselves that they don't know, that they don't need to be taken into themselves, but they feel that they need to be taken into themselves, but the Father has allowed them to take it to themselves, is because the Father has literally ushered them or pushed them up to be taken out, murdered, killed. And I don't care if Facebook love it, YouTube love it, anyone love it, white people love it. White people, beware. If you have already taken something into your system that you ain't supposed to be taking, either you're going to die, number one, of that instantly, or sooner or later, within 2 years, or you're going to die by one of our hands. Because anyone who is taking that, it's a mark of death on your life. You have been marked for death. Just like they say in the hood, you've been marked. Don't be caught late at night slipping in the hood. Because I mean, you ain't gonna, there's no promise of survival for you that night. It's the same thing that's happening right now. So everyone who feels pressed to take something in themselves that they should not take, you're being marked for death. I found out some news today that is disturbing, but at the same time, Father's will be done. You're finding out that moms, family members are taking something into themselves that they don't need to be taking, but they're taking it anyway because they have been pressured into taking. And other family members pressuring other family members to take something that they don't need to be taking, but they still took it. It doesn't matter if it's your brother, sister, mother, father, cousin, uncle, husband, wife. The moment that they have taken something into themselves that they don't need to be taken into themselves, that is no longer your child. That is no longer your wife. That is no longer your husband. They have been marked for death. Y'all are going in two separate places. It doesn't matter at that moment. It really doesn't. It's a wrap. It says their flesh is going to be rotting while they are alive. Rotting flesh. What's this? Decaying flesh while they're alive. They're going to be walking decayed. A stench. Decayed. And so I've been talking to some people today over here in the Gambia, and people are starting to learn a little bit about who I am, and they're starting to see the resemblances and see, the hands raised. It's only in one place over in the Gambia. Not no other place in Eden does it have this. No other place in the world does it have this. So literally this banner, now I see why the Father said the banner must be raised. Because this banner softened the hearts of the Gambians. Those who are in Gambia understand it. When you show it to them, you ask them, is this a coincidence? They say, no, it's not a coincidence. Oh, King David, salute. That's what's been happening. So I go to certain different places, start speaking. People start to come in based off of the banner. When you show the banner, people are like, wait a minute, what? And that's that right there. That's the cultural roots. And the cultural roots ties in perfectly with ancient times. Now we're going to go look at something, what we have brought out before. One, truth colors, but we're going to bring something else out. We're going to go look at a couple scriptures to show you what is about to start taking place with people all over the world. When you start to see it, you be like, wait a minute, hold up. He was right. King was right. So it's going to be an easy fix for us. Very easy. Very easy. The Father is going to make it to where it's going to be easy for us to get the land back, because these people are going to get what is coming to them. Look at this. Zechariah 14 and 12, right? We brought this up to you. We brought this up. Watch this. Destroyers of Jerusalem destroy. What people need to understand is this, that when we was brought out of Egypt the first time, the Father went before us and destroyed our enemies. It is the same way. It is the same way. The Father is going before us to destroy our enemies. Now, let's bring this out. People will live there, and never again will there be an utter destruction. So what? Their salama will dwell securely. And this will be the plague. Watch this. And this will be the plague with which the Father strikes. Watch this. All the peoples who have warred against their salama. Their flesh will rot while they stand on their feet. This is a process. So after people have taken something that they shouldn't have taken in themselves, the plague is now inside of them and begins the rotting process while they are still alive. This is what it means. There's going to be a stench that comes from them. They're going to begin to rot away. Like, imagine old meat out in the sun. Old meat decaying. Let's just go look at it. It's gonna be disgusting. I think I might end up throwing up, but we gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show you what. Now imagine the horrid smell. I knew it. So everyone who's taking something inside of themselves that they shouldn't be taking, this is what's happening to their insides. This is decaying. It's decaying. That's why instantly when they put this thing in there, that little mark comes upon them. Starting a decaying process. Their insides is decaying. So the Father says, look at these maggots. And says, I'm about to throw, okay, okay, that's enough. Enough of that. And this will be the plague with which the Father strikes all peoples. He's going to strike all peoples with this kind of plague. And it's happening right now. Rotten. They're rotting while they are living. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, it's nasty. Okay. This will be the plague with which the Father strikes, watch this, all the peoples. And he causes all, both small and young, to receive. You notice now, it's now the enemy working for the Father to get his job done. They're having everyone take something into themselves that they don't want to, that they shouldn't be taking. But it's the Father's plague that is plaguing the whole entire world. It's the Father doing it. Who have warred against Jerusalem. Their flesh will rot while they stand on their feet. Their eyes will rot in their sockets. People been having eyes bleed. Eyes bleeding. People bleeding from their eyes. Their eyes is rotting out. Look at this. These are the common side effects. Do you see this? According, the vast majority of these side effects are mild and are normal signs that your body is building protection. No, it's not. It's being torn down. Pain, swell. Do you see this? Fatigue, that means you slowing down. Muscle pain, chills, fever. You are slowly leaving Earth. You're decaying. It is 8 in every 1 million. Do you see that? So it got the eye problem right here. Right here. Come on now. Do you see this? Do you see this? There it is. Their flesh will rot while they stand on their feet. Their eyes will rot in their sockets, and their tongues will rot in their mouths. On that day, a great panic from Yah will come upon them, so that each will seize the hand of another, and the hand of one will rise against the other. Do you see this? Look at this. They're going to be looking for help on this day. I can't see. Can someone help me? And at that same time, while they can't see, another hand is coming against them to slay them. To slay them. They're being struck with blindness. So now the ones who are guilty, or whose parents are guilty of destroying our land, are the ones being lined up to take something that they should not be taking inside of themselves. But they cannot think outside to see that they shouldn't take. They don't see it. They cannot see it. Watch this. The destroyers of Jerusalem, or the Salama, destroyed. Behold, the day of Yah cometh. Now look where we at. This is not the time to be playing. This is not the time to be giving up. This is not the time to be caught up in stupid stuff. This is not the time. It literally linked everything that's happening right now to the day of Yah. All of it. Behold, the day of Yah cometh, and they and thy spoil shall be divided. Watch this, in the midst of thee. That means, what does it mean to be spoiled? Let's go look at spoil. And your spoils, meaning what? The lands are about to be divided up. Why? Because the ones who are over it are going to be no more. They're about to be taken out by the very same thing that it says is going to bring forth salvation. It's going to bring forth destruction. The loot, the booty, the stolen goods are about to be split up amongst those who are living. Come on now. That's the lands. The Father's going to give us the land without a war.
Spoil.
All we got to do is stand strong. That way you got to get your butt here to the land. So when these things start to take place, you right up there, you can rise up and inherit, watch this, houses you did not build. Come on now. Cars you did not buy. Come on now. Businesses that you did not start. Someone got to run them. Someone got to live in that house. The dead person's dead, but you still living. Flawless victory all over the world. Spoils, booty, loot, stolen goods, plunder, ill-gotten gains, haul, perks, benefits, advantages. Come on now. Come on now. And your spoils shall be divided. So watch this. Behold, the day of Yah cometh, and your spoils shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather, watch this, all nations against Jerusalem to battle. And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth, watch this, into captivity. And the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall Yah go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought. Watch this. Then the Father shall, after you have gone into captivity, right? This is what's going to happen. So after you have gone into captivity, this is going to be talking about the time you had to come out of it. Verse 3. Then shall Yah go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. Meaning what? When the Father was with us the first time, the Father's going to show up and fight with us as he was at the first. The world has never seen the Father fight for us, ever. They thought what they saw in Christianity is weak. They have never seen the Father fight for us. But the Father is standing up to fight for us at this moment. But when he begins to really get started, it's going to be as the day when he used to be with us at first. When it was like, wait a minute, hold up. There's a Yah with them. Isaiah's with them. And he's strong and mighty and powerful. We can't see him. And they always win because of Isaiah who is with him. That's what's going to happen. The Father's returning back. And I said, as we keep the timeline, we're going to unlock a power this world has never seen before. That's why the enemy will want to keep us all mixed up on the days of the Sabbath and the true feast days. Notice when all this stuff is taking place right now. We're right now in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and it's the 4th day of that feast. Now, let me show you how this all links up perfectly. People just get caught up in just numbers and just throwing things together. Everything lines up perfectly. The Father said, I would give you the sun, the moon, and the stars for a timeline, for the days, the years, the seasons, the months, and the feast. So man will come up with a calendar and pencil some stuff in. But you can tell what kind of feast it is just by the sun, the moon, and the stars. That is the real timeline. Everything aligns at the right time for the right season, for the right feast, no matter where you at. Everything is coming from our homeland. If you notice, watch this. See, people get this thing twisted. They think the timeline is something you just pencil in. So a lot of people say, oh, we got our own timeline. But the Father ain't never told him one time that he must get his people on his timeline. They just taking it upon themselves to make something. If you notice behind me, you see September 22nd, 2017. Wait a minute. There's another number there. What number is that? Oh, let's skip that real quick. Oh my goodness, that's 2029. Hold up. So you mean the same thing that took place September 22nd, 2017 is going to take place September 22nd, 2029. Oh, so that's the timeline. That's Goshen. Now watch this. One of our own, and I love when she do it. She don't know what she's been doing, but she's about to do something that's about to blow some people's minds. It's been there the whole entire time, but people will see that this right here will be the real timeline. Let me show you something. Now, Custodia never ever writes out Goshen, but Goshen It's the only way we will give you the right idea for when she's about to say. She always writes this, and I'm gonna see if y'all can get it before I say it. She always writes it out as this: Goshen. Now, this is what I want you to know. In 2017, the name was not called Goshen. We didn't have a timeline then. Nope. The timeline didn't come about until 2018. But the name fully of it will come fully in 2018. I will be saying it. Father says, I had a timeline, and Father's like, it is to be called Goshen. He said, those who keep Goshen are called Goshen. Now, the timeline is coming forth around 2018, 2019. That's exactly when what shouldn't be injected into you is about to come into play. That's when the whole world was attacked by, watch this, the crown king, whom they call what? The corona, right? That's when it hit. Now, watch this. The word says something, and she is tying in perfectly with it and don't even know that she is. If you take this apart, we're going to look at the word go. Let's see what go says. Go, meaning. Let's see what we get. We're just going to look at it. Move, proceed, make one's way, advance, progress, pass, walk, travel, journey, repair, remove, retire, retake oneself, leave, depart. I hope y'all getting this. Leave, depart, take one's leave, go off, withdraw, set off, be on one's way. I hope y'all getting this. Beat a retreat, make oneself scarce, run off, run away. Here it is right there. Flee. Flee. Flee means to run, run away, run off, make a run for it, take flight.
Flee.
You understand? Now this is about to get so powerful, you can be like, wait a minute, hold up. I did not even know that the whole entire time. Go. Now let's break it down now. Go, Shem, the Shemitic people. It's time for you to go. Like Ecclesiasticus said, right? Father waits a while before he gives us the whole meaning. Like, hey, it's the timeline. And those who keep this Goshen is called Goshen. Goshen. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comes near to it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof is the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. So Goshen is the same thing as what? The Father saying, go, Shem, telling you to flee. Leave, go, flee, Shem, Goshen, Goshen. Who else has that? Now what's Shem? Who is Shem? The Father's chosen. See, they're the Jews. We are the jewels. Shem was one of the sons of Noah in Hebrew, Bible, and Islamic literature. The children of Shem. You understand? Go. Flee, Shem. Flee, Shemitic people. Go, Shem. Those who keep Goshen are called Goshen. Why? Because they're keeping a timeline. And you see that the ark is resting with Shem. I love it. So now we got 2017, 2029. Something big is supposed to be happening around 2030. Let's see what that is. 2030 events. 2030 agenda events. United Nations for Indigenous Peoples. Do you understand? Diesel, new petrol, and diesel cars will be banned from sale in the UK. You understand that? Universal health coverage. I hope y'all getting this. We're in 2021. That's in 9 years. Now, no one knows the day or the hour. So the time that they have, they will not finish or complete what they're trying to do. That's why the pyramid was never completed on their side for their own symbol. And the all-seeing eye would be the Father, which is his kingdom that's coming down. Notice it never touches down on the other part of their so-called. They don't even have a complete pyramid. They don't. Their thing is never completed, so they never get a pyramid. So they can't even really claim the pyramid because it would be false because they never finish it. Because the word says, unless the Father shortens those days, no flesh will be saved. Meaning they never finish it. They never complete. They never get a pyramid. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. Meaning they do not get a pyramid. They get something less than a pyramid. Because the full pyramid will be that mountain that's cut out without hands that destroys the very same thing that it was trying to destroy us. It collapsed at the feet. So it's never completely built. What you see now is what you get. So that's why they know they're at the last part of it. And they're trying to take out as many people as they can so they can live on to tell their own story on how history went. But the Father is literally going to shorten those days. Because these people who are putting something inside of them that they shouldn't be putting inside of them, they're putting inside of them a certain kind of DNA that is not human. Therefore, changing them from being human into something else, something of an abomination. You understand? So Goshen is the same thing the Father telling us what? Flee. So that's what the word go means. It means to flee. It means to go. It means to travel. It means to make one's way. It means to start the progress on what? Getting out of here. Move from one place to another. Come on now. The word said, lean not to your own understanding. And this right here is telling you all the way out inside of Goshen. It's time to flee. Follow the timeline wise so you can get up out of Dodge. And it's all within the word. This is powerful, is it not? Run away, flee, make a move, clear out, be on one's way, exit, make an exit. The Father was telling us inside of Goshen to make an exit. Say one's goodbyes. Come on now. Absent oneself. Start out. Set out. Retreat. Make tracks. Shove off. Push off. Scoot. Split. Scram. Vamoose. Cut out. Hightail it. Extract oneself. Pack one's bags. Oh my goodness. Come on now. That's the same thing what Genesis says. In the fourth generation, they will pack their bags and leave. They were stolen or taken from their homeland. But in the fourth generation, they will Goshen. They will pack one's bags and leave. He said it's going to happen in the fourth generation. We are the fourth generation. So while the people who are not going to make it stay here, they're going to die off in the land of their captivity. They are not promised to make it to the promised land. So if you're sticking around trying to see them and try to get everyone over here, that is not your job. Your job is to tell people what's going on, and then you hightail it up out of here. If you know they ain't have no interest of going, that's it. Bounce. And while the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that's not theirs. So those who think that America is theirs and they want to stay there, leave them be. Okay. All right. Have a good one. And shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Hold up. Will I judge? Here it is, right here. This is the judgment right here. It's the judgment part right here. And his feet shall stand in the day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof towards the east and towards the west, and there shall be a very great valley. There shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove towards the north, and half of it towards the south. And watch this, and you shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azal. Yea, you shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah king of Judah. And Yah shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear, watch this, nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to Yah, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. This is going to be a spectacular event. Well, that's what it just said to you. It just gave you a sign to look for. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Father, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. Meaning what? At the time when it's supposed to be getting dark, at evening, it's going to be a full-blown light. Meaning what? The sun will be shining bright in the midst of the evening time. Can you imagine that? So let's put in evening time. Evening time. Let's get an image of it. See that? But on this day, when it's evening, the sun will be shining bright on this day. So instead of it getting dark, it's going to be super bright. So the night is going to be turned into light. Evening is going to be turned into day. This is the day of Yah. Woo. You don't want to be here on this day. You don't want to be on that bad side on that day. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Watch this. And it shall be in that day. Listen what he says. In that day, that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them towards the former sea, and half of them towards the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. Look what he just told you. Summer and winter. After summer comes winter. And the Father shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Adonai, in his name one. Told you, look at this. What does that mean? In his name one. In his name. What does that mean? Let me show you what that means. So we're going to break this thing down. It says there shall be one master, and his name shall be one. What does that mean? It's going to give you the right, accurate understanding on what the Son says by, I come in my Father's name. Meaning the Father and the Son has the same name. That's what it says. And the Father and his name one. There shall be one and his name one. It's going to be one with the Father. The Father is going to be one with his Son. So let's see something. I have come in my Father's name. Look at this. He's telling you. I have come in my Father's name. I have come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. But I have come in my Father's name. So that means the Son has come literally in his Father's name. So the Father and the Son has the same exact name. So all these other names that people are calling them, the Father says in that day, that name will be exactly one. So whatever the name you call for the Son will be also for the Father. Period. So nini na nini, if it does not mean salvation, will not cut it in that day. Yah is salvation. That will be his name. That has always been his name. Now, what name is that? Let's bring it out. See, all these teachers getting people messed up. They causing them to go here, causing them to go there, causing them to go over here because they're just so full of knowledge. But this knowledge is not for salvation. It's just to have. But now the Father says, I'm going to show you what my real name is. So when we're calling them Tata Nzambi, So Nini Na Nini, and all these other names, he says I'm doing away with them. They're going to call me one name. So whatever you call my Son, you call me the same exact name. Me and the Father are one. Let's go. Lo, what's this? I have come in the volume of the book. So that means the Father has a book as well as the Son has a book with his own name in it. Because the name of the Son will be the name also of the Father. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire. Mine ears has thou opened. Burnt offering and sin offering hast thou not required. Then said I, lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, I delight to do your will, O my Yah. Yea, thy law is within my heart. I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips, O Yah, thou knowest. I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared thy faithfulness and thy salvation. So the name of Yah must equal salvation. What name is that? Can anyone write it in the context? Is Sonini Nanini mean salvation? What about Tata Nazambi? Does that mean salvation? Because if not, this is not the one name that he's talking about. And one name he's talking about is bringing forth salvation. Because what we see in Zechariah is happening is salvation taking place. What's good? I have not concealed thy loving kindness and thy truth from the great congregation. Medindacy will not be it either, because it doesn't mean salvation. What name means salvation? And Yah shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one. So Tata Nazami means father creator. So a father creator, that doesn't mean salvation. That can't be it. And in that day there shall be one, and his name one. That means the Father and the Son's name will be one. And the Son has already told us, but we take it upon ourselves to find something else. The Son has already said, I have come in my Father's name. So if the Son has come in the Father's name, then that means his name is Sonini Lanini then too? Tata Nazambi? I thought the word is salvation. So if Yah is salvation, whatever name that brings forth Yah is salvation would be the name of the Son and also of the Father. This will be the name we'll be called upon. It says, and in that day, anyone who calls upon my name, they what? Shall be saved. Let's try that with Sonini Nanini. Sonini Nanini. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm the creator. What you need? Salvation. Well, then say the name of salvation. That name is Isaiah. There's no book of Natata Nazambi. There's no book of Sonini Nanini. Let's go look at the Bible contents and see if we can find any of these names in there. The one. Bible contents. Let's go look at it. We done this before. But we got to get at this also with the little Bantu names now. Because the Father said, I'm going to speak to these people with foreign lips, stammering lips. So he's going to speak to us in English. He didn't say he's going to speak to us in the Bantu. He said, I'm going to speak to these people in English. And he himself is going to restore us to our language. It's going to be done by his spirit. Not by might, nor by power, but by his spirit. So the name of the Father has to be in these books. Is it the name Tobit, Judith? Any of these names? Do any of these names mean salvation? What about this book? Surely these names right here will mean salvation. Surely these names will mean salvation. Surely these names, one of these names in here has to mean salvation. Because one of these names in here will be the name for the Father and the Son. Isaiah. And this is also even in the Quran. Yisa, which is Isaiah. Isaiah means look at this. Yah saves. Isaiah is an awesome choice. Isaiah comes from the Hebrew phrase Yashayahu, meaning Yah saves. This will be the name that the Father has. This is the name. Look, Yah is salvation. This is the name of the Son. This is the name that the Son came in. And this is the name that ties in to when they look at the name Jesus. Where did they get the name Jesus from? They got it from Isaiah. That's where they got it from. Jesus does not mean salvation at all. Isaiah means Yah is salvation. He said his name will be one. So it will be one what? With the Son. We know the Son is also, we call him Adonai. So then the Son, so then the Father's name also would be Master as well. And his name will be one. That means it's not going to be split up. It's not going to be this. 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 It's going to be one. The Father and the Son are one. Look at the scripture say that, right? The Father and Son are one. So it's one name. The Father and Son, watch this, are one. Look what he says. So he's tying in perfect with scripture. People don't want to hear this because it goes against their intellect. Oh well, this is the truth. Go ahead and receive a lie. The Bible says once the truth has been given, you don't want to receive it. The only thing you can receive is a lie. So go on the lie. If you want to go on the lie, that's on you. John 10:30, but you won't be able to say, well, I didn't know. Well, I know what I know. It doesn't matter what you think you know. I'm going straight up off of what the scriptures say, what the Bible says, what the Father has given a testimony about what is going to be taking place. So when you stand before him, you may not be able to say, well, I didn't know these things because you heard on this day that his name will be one. And we see the testimony right here, the many unbeliefs, watch this, of the Jews. That's us now. The unbelief. That can't be his name. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all. No one can snatch them out of my Father's hands. I and the Father are one. So if they're one, then why they got two different names? Talk to me. Remember, the people stood up to take and throw stones at him because he said he made himself equal with the Father. And here's the Father declaring, saying, my name will be one. One with who? With his Son. The Father and I are one. This is the text. And then we see it right here written in Zechariah. So it's the Old Testament. The Father and his name is one. Then we see it in the New Testament. So here's the witness. First right here, Zechariah. And here's the other witness bearing witness with Zechariah, saying the same thing that is written in Zechariah. I and the Father are one. They're the same right there. What's good? So Tata Nazambi is not it. So Nini Nanini is not it. Madinisi is not it. And all these people want to have you gloat in just being what? Eloquent in these different names. But none of these names is going to be like trying to turn on the lights and they ain't going to have no power on this day. It says what? Call upon my name and you shall be saved. Watch this. Call upon my name. Watch this. In the day of trouble, call upon my name and you shall be saved. Come on now. And everyone who calls on the name of Yah will be what? Saved. This is for a time frame that is coming up that Zechariah is speaking on. So Romans 10:13 and Acts 2:21 literally is tying in perfectly with Zechariah. Three witnesses right there. Look at this. Look how it's tying in perfectly. Acts 2:21, Zechariah, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming and great glorious day of Yah. Isn't that what Zechariah is talking about right here? Look what it says. Behold, the day of Yah cometh. Come on now. That is a direct connection to what it's talking about in Acts. So Acts is talking about Zechariah right there. Here is the complete direction right here. It says, and it's telling you what the day will look like. Look at this. And it shall come to pass in that day, the light shall not be made clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to Yah, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. And everyone, the Bible says, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming and great and glorious day of Yah. And everyone who calls on the name of Yah, which is going to be one name, will be saved. Come on now. Let's get back to it. And all the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Deir Salama, and it shall be lifted up, meaning what? The valley is going to be made into a mountain. The Father has hidden the land. Look what he said right here, what he's going to be doing here. The Mount of Olives, Jerusalem on the east, Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst of there, towards the east and towards the west. This is happening what? After an earthquake. Look, yea, you shall flee like as you fled from before the earthquake. So it's going to be an earthquake that's going to open this up. So an earthquake is literally hiding this land we're supposed to be getting to. It's hidden. It's hidden in the earth. Literally hidden. It might be some rocks that's put together like this that's supposed to be open on this day. Like the path is closed until this earthquake happens, and then it opens it up. Like in a secret house with secret doors. And you push this button, and then it shows this chamber. That's exactly how the land is hidden. And the Father knows exactly where it's at. And on this particular day, it will be made known. He said there's some lands that no foot, nor animals, no humans or animal has ever laid foot on, has never stepped on. That means it is hidden, it's concealed. But with these earthquakes, it's going to reveal where the land is that he's talking about right here. That's why it says this earthquake, flee from before this earthquake. This earthquake is open this way of escape for us to leave, right? At the right time. But you already have to be here in the land, right? Watch this. And it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, the chief cornerstone. Watch this. From the tower of Hananel unto the king's wine presses. Look what we got here. Benjamin's and the king's wine presses. That's literally Jonathan and David. Because Jonathan comes from the tribe of Benjamin. Come from the tribe of Benjamin. You can't make this stuff up. From Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of the Hananel unto the king's wine presses. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but their Salama shall be safely inhabited. Now, what's this talking about? Let's go to Isaiah 11 now, because now we're starting to see some stuff where it says we shall dwell safely. We're starting to see that this is all going to be that day of Yah. But it's all coming with also a banner that's supposed to be raised. All these things are in conjunctions. As we do what we're supposed to do, then the Father does what he's doing. Right? Mm, yep. This is it right here. Let me see. It says shall dwell safely with it. It's during the time of the millennial reign. Here it is. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. What? On that day. He's going to gather Judah from the four corners of the earth. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west. They shall spoil them. Remember this? There it is. They shall spoil them of the east together. Let's go back to Zechariah. We saw earlier. Behold, the day of Yah cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. This is Isaiah. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom, and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. It says, we're going to dwell safely. Watch this. The Father is promising to cause us to dwell safely. Judah shall dwell safely. David's righteous branch. Here it is. Look at this. The Lord is our righteousness. In his days, Judah will be saved, and Israel will live in safety. This is the name by which he will be called the Lord our righteous Savior. So the same one who will be called the righteous Savior will be one with the Father. And they will have the same name. So this king will have the same name as the Father, as does the Son. His name will be Isaiah, Yeshaya, Yisa. In the scriptures, all there. All there. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. Here it is right there. In his days, Judah will be saved, salvation. And Israel, what it is, will dwell securely. There it is, safely. And this is his name by which he will be called, the Lord our righteousness. What did it say? The Lord shall be one. And there shall be one Lord, and his name one. It's talking about this right here. David's righteous branch. So behold, the days are coming, declares Yah, when they will no longer say, as surely as Yah lives, who brought the Israelites up out of the land of Egypt. What are they going to be saying? They're going to be talking a little bit more deeper than that. Like, wait a minute, hold up. What about the one he's about to do something greater than he's ever done before? Therefore the days come, saith Yah. So this is the Father giving testimony. Here it is, safely. And Israel shall dwell what? Safely. In his days, Judah shall be saved, salvation, and Israel shall dwell safely. Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. See how they tying in perfectly? And Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yah, that they shall no more say, the Father liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but Yah liveth, which brought up and which led the seed, Goshem, out of the house of Israel, of the house of Israel, out of the north country, and from all countries, whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. And this shall be the plague Look at this. This is all happening all in the day. So the Father is making this an easy fight. So the ones who are not taken out by this plague, we're going to take the rest of them out. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yah will smite all the people that have fought against their Solama. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their eyes shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yah shall be among them. And they shall lay hold everyone, on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at, watch this, Jerusalem. And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver, apparel in great abundance. So watch this, hold up. So people are waiting for the retributions or the reparations that America owes us, and throughout the United States of America and throughout the four corners of the earth. And the Father says, that's not how it's going to be done. It's going to be done at the time when 1,000 fall at your left hand and tens of thousands fall by your right hand. It's going to be done through war. Judah has to come to the land, and we are going to go against every single person who has ever had us as slaves, and we're going to kill them. And those we don't kill will be made servants. And the scriptures is plain. It doesn't matter if Facebook love it, YouTube like it, because they see that they are a part of the people who have done all this wrong to us. They can sit here and laugh. It doesn't matter. The scriptures is what it is, and it's saying what it's saying. It literally says that at the time when these people die, you're going to come in and take their gold, take their silver, take their great possessions. So we get our great possessions when we kill them. And it's all going to take place on the day of Yah. And no man can stop this day from happening. They can try to cloud up the sun, cloud up the moon, cloud up the stars, so you don't know what time it is. They can try to do that if they want to. But once you get to this land over here, none of that is taking place over in the land in Africa. In Eden, you can see the stars. You can see the sun. You can see the moon. There's not stuff over here clouding up the skies. And you can see the timeline perfectly. That's why he removes you from the place where they clouded up everything and brings you here to prepare for war. Let's continue on with this. All right. And Judah also shall fight at what? Jerusalem, or Dar es Salaam. And the wealth, watch this, of all the heathen, not just some. And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be what? Gathered together. Where? At the time of this war, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. That means all the people who are down in this land, in Africa or in Eden, one day, Saudi Arabia, all that place is going down. All these different places down here in the Gambia is going down. Any heathen who owns anything is going down. You understand? And so shall be, watch this, the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel. See, the camel, you're going to find a camel only where? In the land. You ain't gonna find no camel up in the States. You gonna find the camels in Saudi Arabia, over here in the Garden of Eden or in Eden. You gonna find it only in Africa. The camels. And watch this. And of the ass. That's the donkey. In fact, right next door is a donkey. I heard him the other day. He was like, I was talking to Ethan on the phone. And then next, I just heard that in the middle of the night. I was like, what in the world? She said, that's an ass. I said, I know it's a donkey. I said, but man, it just sounds crazy hearing it, you know what I'm saying, every day. I get to hear, roosters crowing at all different times of days, you know what I'm saying, trying to, and the roosters holds the timeline. They hold the time of the day. Watch this. And of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. I mean, he's going to literally mess up the animals too. Watch this. Watch this. Now watch this, bringing everything down, bringing it to one. All nations will worship the King. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left, you understand left? He said that there'll be no flesh saved. He said he will shorten the days, at least there'll be no flesh saved upon the earth. Meaning what? He's going to cut the war shut. I mean, cut the war short. That means what? Watch this. Least there be no flesh saved upon the earth. The Father's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. The plague. The Father's plague. The Father is sending this plague out throughout the rest of the nations. And everyone who feel they need to take it, so be it. Take it. But when you stand to fight us, something's going to be killing you. You ain't going to be at your best. It's like, you know how when they used to do for the bull, they fighting bulls and stuff, and they be like, ole. What people don't know is before that bull and that man go fight, not only do they put on something on around his waist or his belly super tight where he can't really breathe, but they also stab him a couple of times before he gets into the ring. So when the maestro is up here saying, ole, ole, with the bull can't really see straight. He's maimed, he's hurt. So he's not coming out with a full deck of strength like this man is. Because if the bull had all of his strength just like this man did, he could kill him in an instant. So to make it seem like it's a fair fight, they maim the bull, or they make it to where if he moves too much, he can't breathe. But you don't see it. You just see a rope around his waist, but don't know that this rope is really tied real tight. So if he try to do anything, it causes him not to really breathe and probably pass out. And they stab him in certain areas where you don't see. So he's on the battlefield already bleeding, but you don't really notice it because you're caught up in the action, thinking that this bull has a full chance of winning when this bull was set up from the beginning to lose. That's the same thing was happening with them. When they stand up to fight us, they have already been maimed, hurt. So it's an easy fight. That's why their flesh is going to be rotten. So imagine them trying to fight and like, I don't feel good. They got the taste of death in their mouth. Their eyes is rotting out inside their eyes. Like everything about them is like the walking, talking dead. It's like you fighting zombies, like from a freaking movie. The whole movie is popping. And all we're doing is showing scripture. And then guess what? The world's going to hate this because I'm bringing out scripture in such a manner that most people don't bring out. And we bring it out in a way that is very powerful and people can understand it. We're going to whoop their behind. And it's going to be an easy fight. And then after that, we're going to take their gold and take everything that we've been trying to get that they owe us. So the Father's going to give it to us on this day. So if you're waiting there in the States to try to get some reparations, get your butt up out of Dodge now. Go Shem. Flee Shem. Get out of Dodge Shem. Get here so you can get what's belonging to you. Shem. Raise the banner. Shem. Keep the feast. Shem. Keep the Sabbath. Shem. Keep the commandments. Shem. All nations will worship the King. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left, watch this, of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King. Meaning what? They lost. They have lost the fight. Y'all watch this of tabernacles. So the whole world, watch this, will be made to keep the feast. They will have a choice. They're not gonna have it like, well, I don't really want to keep the feast of tabernacles and that. And no, it didn't say everyone's gonna be keeping it at a separate time. They're gonna be keeping it all at one time. And watch what happens to those who don't keep it. Let's see what happens to them. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families, every single family on the earth will have to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Just like we was forced to keep Christmas, forced to keep Thanksgiving, forced to keep Halloween, forced to keep Valentine's Day, the time is coming where they're going to be forced to keep our feasts, forced to keep our Sabbaths. And if they don't keep it, judgment is coming. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King. And they're talking about King David, the Lord of hosts. You said his name will be called the Lord our righteousness. Watch this. Even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not that have no rain, there shall be the plague. The plague again is coming, wherewith Yah will smite the heathen, meaning strike the heathen, that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Watch this. You either going to keep the feast or you're going to die. Just like, and it's balance. When our people didn't want to keep Christmas, they was hung on trees. It's fitting. If we didn't want to keep none of their holidays, we were killed. So when the nations don't want to keep none of our feasts, they're going to be killed too. And I ain't going to hesitate to have the sword lifted up and strike down any family, starting with the husband down to the infant. Why? I don't care less. I can care less. I can care less about your family. If you cannot keep what my father say keep, then you need to die. Bye-bye. Oh, let me show you about this king, about his anger, and how the Father honors it. Let's go to Psalms 2 for those that have a problem with that. Let's get it. So this is gonna be going on. The nation's gonna be pissed, upset, but they ain't gonna be able to do anything to get up out of our grasp once they're in our grasp. And believe me, they're gonna be in our grasp. It ain't gonna matter what they think. The triumph of Messiah, right? Let's go. The triumphant Messiah. Notice this ties in perfectly with Zechariah as well. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Meaning what? We're going to get set free. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against Yah and against, watch this, and his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Excuse me. Yah shall have them in derision. The American dream. They shall have another dream, a delusion, right? Then they're going to get set free. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath. This is going to be the king. And vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. So you still think we're talking about we still think we're talking about the creator of Yah that's being worshipped as king? No. He is talking about this king that he set upon this holy hill that will be worshipped. All nations will worship the king. What king? This king. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill. They will come up to worship him. I will declare the decree Yah has said unto me. Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. Do you hear me, white people? All I have to do is ask the Father for you, like a toy or a car or a pair of shoes. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. Watch this. In the uttermost parts of the earth for your possessions. This is for the king, all the heathen, and I'm going to give them to you as amenities. Father, could you give me all the white people for my inheritance? Give me all the heathen. Saudi Arabians, Chinese, Canaanites. Give them to the world for my possession. He said, just ask. Just ask me, and I'll do it. Guess what the Father's doing? He's already in the process of doing it. Because many people have taken something inside of them that they shouldn't have taken. But hey, the Father has designed for you to take it. And so now, pretty soon, what you have will belong to us. And what you've been holding on to for a very long time will belong to us. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. You shall break them with the rod of iron. He's talking to this king. You shall break them with the rod of iron. You shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessels. This is literally orders of the king. The king shall break them like a rod of iron. The king shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. And this king is not white. He is Bantu or Bantu. And I am that king. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yah with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son. That's him right here. Lest he be angry and you perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in this king. So everyone's stepping against me, even when it comes to this teaching or speaking. One day you'll have your day and we'll stand before the Father face to face, or stand before his presence and let's see who the Father chooses. I'm ready for war. And I'm ready to see people die. I have no remorse for none of it. Just as the word says in Psalms 2, that his anger is ignited quickly, when his wrath is kindled but a little. So people are dying when this king gets upset just a little bit. Just a little bit. I was a little bit of angry and I killed them in my wrath. And the Father says, it's written, so it's going to happen. So anyone testing me at this moment, you will die quickly. Because I ain't going to have time for the drama, no time for no small talk, no time for none like that. Either do what you are told or die. Period. That's what it's going to be. Either do what you're told or die. Yeah. So here it comes right here. Wherewith Yah will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. Notice it doesn't say nothing about the house of our people. Because our people are going to want to keep the feast. Our people are going to want to keep the Sabbaths. It's going to be the heathen who going to want to fight it. Why? Because they used to keeping Christmas, Halloween, and all that other jazz. We don't want to keep that crap no more. That's why we coming out of it. But all of our people who's of Shemitic order or Shemitic DNA is going to want to keep the feast and want to keep the Sabbath. Notice I'm going to say anything against our people. It says, wherewith Yah will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Why does it doesn't say anything about Judah or Israel or Israel? Because we want to keep the feast. We want to keep the Sabbath. So this order is not against us. It's against those who we take as servants. Those who have mistreated us throughout the years and fell short to give us anything that we deserve. So now we're just going to leave your lands and wait for you to come to our lands so we can kill you. When you try to come up here to take our resources. And the Father has already started so foolish to take something in you that was never meant to be put into you. But it was for you, but not for us. But you're going to be like a Maine bull on the day when it's time to fight. None of you presidents, none of you politicians, none of you policemen, none of you so-called people from the CIA, FBI, none of y'all from the SWAT team, none of y'all who think y'all was so much power and was towering over us, none of you crooked judges, any of y'all lawyers will be able to stand in that day as we're slaying you with a sword. This shall be the punishment of Egypt. And the punishment, watch this, of all nations, including America, the UK, France, Belgium, Europe, all y'all beasts going to be slain. Punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. So the first world feast will be the Feast of Tabernacles. Anyone who don't show up to that invite will die. And I want someone in the nation to try me. I want them. I want them to be like, we ain't going to show up. I don't believe he's going to do it. Let's call the families up. I'm going to call them. We'll call them up. Father, send a plague over to them. Kill every single last one of them. And I guarantee you, the next feast is come. I bet you everybody show up the next time. Y'all going to see that Judah, we ain't playing. We ain't playing at all. White people, get ready to die. And ready for a person to show no remorse as you die. And I can care less if Facebook plays this, YouTube play this. They can keep the truth from you, but it's going to hurt you on the day when it happens. Like, no one warned me. That's because Facebook took it down, punks. This is the word. I'm not making nothing up. It's all right here in the scriptures. In that day, shall there be upon the bells of the horses, holiness unto Yah. And the pots in the Father's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto Yah of hosts. And all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and seethe therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of Yah. You know why? Because when we were sold into slavery by the Canaanites, they broke the covenant that was made between Joshua and made between the Canaanites. They broke it. Y'all broke covenant. So the Father just continues just to cut y'all straight up out of that covenant because y'all broke it. Now let me show you something. In that day, the feeble shall be as David. Here it is, Zechariah 12. Here we go. Did y'all need to understand it's the Son of Yah? Here we go. On that day, Yah will shield those who live in Jerusalem so that the feeblest among them will be like David. And the house of David will be like, watch this, Yah. What did it say in Zechariah? It says, me and them, we are one. Let's go back to it. And Yah shall be king over all the earth through a person. In that day shall there be one Lord, or one Adonai, one king, and his name one. It will be one with the Father. It ties in perfectly with Zechariah right here. David will be like what? Yah. Like the angel of Yah going before them. On that day, Yah will defend the people of Jerusalem or their Salama. The weakest among them will be as mighty as King David, and the royal descendants will be like Yah, like the angel of Yah who goes before them. Now let's go there. We're going to get to the part where it says, he, one. He, the feeblest, meaning one. So that the feeblest means the one person among them. This one person will be as King David. And the house of David, which will be the branch of David, shall be like Yah. Why? Because this person is literally the temple of the Father. That's why. So let's go to King David. Let's go to King James. And it's going to say he. In that day shall Yah defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them. That means one person. At that day shall be as David. And the house of David, which is he, shall be as Yah. And he, as the angel of Yah, be for them. One. Let's go ahead and look at the New King James Version. It's going to break it down even more simpler. This is not for everybody. It's one. In that day, Yah will defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. The one who is feeble among them in that day shall be like David. And the house of David shall be like Yah, like the angel of Yah before them. Do you understand? In that day, Yah will defend the people of Jerusalem or their Salama, and the one who is impaired among them in that day of persecution will become strong and noble like David. And the house of David will be like Yah, like the angel of Yah who is before them. The weakest among them will be like David on that day. The house of David will be like Yah, like the angel of Yah before them. Yeah. I, Yah, will protect Jerusalem, and there's Salama. Even the weakest person there will be as strong as David, and David's kingdom will rule as though my very own angel were its leader. Telling you that King David will be the angel amongst the people. What's good? How we doing? Does this make sense? You have made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. David. And the angel of Yah who have gone before the camp of Israel withdrew and went behind them. The pillar of cloud also moved from before them and stood behind them. Hope y'all getting this. So on that day I will set out to destroy all the nations that come against, watch this, their Salama. This is all taking place on the day of Father's judgment. This is the day of Yah. On the day of Yah, one will rise up like King David, and he will be like Yah, for he is an angel of Yah who was sent to go before Yah's people. That's what it just said. Does this make sense? Y'all make is this understandable? I know the nations don't want to hear this right here, boy. Like what? He's always talking about killing somebody in the nations. Because y'all deserve to die. Y'all deserve to die. Y'all wicked as I don't know what. And y'all time is coming. Please take a moment to give a thumbs up for this broadcast. Please take a moment to share it, comment. Just take a moment. If this has been good to you, if you got anything from this, if you understood what this is being said right here, if you understand the salvation that's at hand, take a moment to give a thumbs up and let me show you who I am. Hi, Micah. I'm going to show you something that this cannot be made up, all right? You can't make this stuff up, right? For the nations, the cause for some fear to come to them like, wait a minute, hold on, where you get that from? You can't make this stuff up. I'm about to show it. Hi, Michaela. Salute, babies. You can't make this stuff up. You can't do it. You can't do it. But we're going to show you. For those who think this is a game, keep thinking it's a game. I want you to. So when the day comes and your blood is being spilt, the last thing you thought in your mind it was a game, and now your blood is being spilt just like it was being spilt in the game, right? Take that as, give me my points, right? Give my points and king me at the same time, all right? Look, let's do it. Who am I? The king of our people, of all the Bantus, and all of them are going to assemble around me. Let's roll. You can't make this stuff up. Here's the proof. In 1997, OBJC was created. The man was added in 2007 to show what OBJC, which is now OBYU, meant. Roots, the same as ancient or heritage. Let's look up the word roots. Here we go. Roots. Source. Origin. That's ancient. Starting point. Seed. So the righteous seed. Righteous branch. Beginnings. Genesis. Cause. Reason. Foundation of the earth. From the foundation of the earth. Fundamental. Seat. Essence. Kernel. The core. You understand? Deeply rooted, ingrained, entrenched, eradicable, right? Roots and cultural tours, meaning what? This is the ancient, the beginning of everything. Look at the hands being raised with this right here on the wall. This is in the Gambia. Now, what would I know about these hands being raised in 1997 or in 2007? But there's no one in this earth that has this banner. But yet this banner is speaking of these roots. So it ties in perfectly with the Ancient of Days, or the beginnings, or the foundation of our kingdom. Owned by Yah is the root center where this man's hands is raised right here. This man's hands raised right here with the person who drew this would be drawing me at this time coming. Roots and cultural tours. Hands raised. When people see this, they knew it says what? It means salvation. And there's this man again, is somewhere in the square that says never again. In the Gambia. Let's put it up. Let's see if we can find it. You can't make this stuff up, baby. Can't do it. Never again. Gambia. Look at this. Slavery statue. It's a slavery statue. Come on now. Never again. Slavery statue. Come on now. Come on. It says never again. Never again. Look. When people see this, it means that what? This will never happen again. Why? Because we will kill some people that ever try to do this again. Here it is again. Here is my statue again. Let's go look at it. Bam. Right here. What would I know about this in 1997, 2007? These things will be put up for my time, for when I come here. It will be speaking of my day when I will touch down in Gambia, signifying what? I am the savior of my people that Yah has sent, and my name is Yeshaya. And me, the Son, the Father, and I are one. That's what I said when the witness came. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, we are one. But now that we know that the Father is the Holy Spirit, or the Ruach HaKodesh, or the Imwasemi, since we know that the Son, that the Father and the Son and me are one. That's why it says the Lord is one. He is one. And then Yah shall be king. Meaning what? It is speaking about this king. Because the Father is inside of this king. Let me show you that in Isaiah 66. Let's get it. We're breaking this all down. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tear this thing apart. Y'all ain't gonna know those scriptures the way I know these scriptures. I will murder anybody coming at me like this on these scriptures. Any day, whatever. Let's go. You ain't gonna be able to see me. Heaven is my throne. Thus saith Yah, that heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. So watch this. So if the earth is his footstool, he tells the Messiah to sit down until he makes the earth his footstool. And then see where he's going to be dwelling once the earth becomes his footstool. He has a place of repose, a place of rest, which means the millennial reign. And Judah and Israel shall dwell safely. They're going to rest. Excuse me. Where is the house that you build me? That you build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? It's the millennial reign. For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yah. What's this? For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been. What things is he talking about? The temple. My hands made the temple. Right? So the temple the Father was living in, he was like, all right, did I not my hands make the things that made the temple? What about this? The Ark of the Covenant. He said, did not my hands make all these things as well? Telling you what? I am not going to be dwelling in the things I once dwelled in before. So what is he looking for? Something else. A body. For all those things have my hand made. And all those things have been, mean what it used to be. What I used to be in the first time, I'm not going back into no more. Watch this. So said Yah, but to this man, wait a minute, hold up. This is his new home, his new temple. So now Yah and this man are going to become one. Said Yah, but to this man will I look. This is the same one that says on that day. This is what I mean by that. On that day, Yah will defend the people of Jerusalem. Why? Because this man and Yah are one. So that the weakest among them will be like David, King David, and the house of David will be like Yah, the house, the temple of David. The house of David will be like Yah, like the angel of Yah going before them. That is exactly what he's saying right here in Isaiah. Saith Yah, but to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a what? Contrite spirit, and trimmeth at my word. This will become my new temple, my new home. Me and my Father will make our abode with him. Me and my Father will make our abode in him. Here it is. Yeah. How we doing? We doing good? Y'all getting this? I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while and the world seeth me no more, but you see me because I live. You shall live also. At that day, the same day, watch this. You shall know that I'm in my Father and you in me, and I in you. He, not they, not all, but he that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, of this I will have respect for. Him who trembles at my word and is of a contrite heart, contrite spirit, right? Be loved of my Father, and I will love him and will manifest myself to him. Judas said unto him, not Iscariot, Master, how is it that you will manifest yourself unto us and not unto the world? The Messiah answered and said unto them, if a man, if they, if anyone, nope, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, not them, him. And we will come unto them, come unto all of them. No, we will come unto him and make our abode with them. They, she, no, with him. We will make our abode with him. He, not they, not she, but he that loveth me, not keepeth not my sayings. And the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. So we see its specifics in all of this. The same he that's right here is the same he that the Father's talking about in Isaiah. For all those things have my hand made, and all those things have been. The temple, the Ark of the Covenant, said Yah, but to, watch this, to this man, this means specific. This is what? It is very specific. It's not everyone. It's one. For those who get this thing twisted and think it's for everyone, let's bring out what this means. This is used to identify a specific person. So when everyone keeps, now everyone don't want to hear this no more. Why? Because it's like, oh, wait a minute, he done took away from all of us. I'm only bringing out what the scriptures say bring out. And I don't care about your fancy. If you want to fancy yourself and think you are something way more special than what the word says. That's why there's a problem now. Everyone wants to be special. Everyone has their own special role to play. Play it. But this right here is talking about a specific person. All of us cannot be in this role, because then we have a monster. There can't be two heads. It's only one. Let's go. Used to identify a specific person or thing close at hand, or be it indicted or experienced. Is this your bag? So let's go back and look at it again. We will come and make our abode with him. It's specific. And make our abode, we will come unto him. Specific. And make our abode with him. Specific. Isaiah ties in perfect with it. Saith Yah, but to this specific man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. That is one person out of all of our people on the earth. And then those who don't want to believe that, the Father says, you have chosen your own ways, and your soul delighteth in your abominations. I will also choose your delusions. I will make you think what you think you think, what you think you know. Since when the truth comes and you don't want to receive it, fine. I'll choose your delusions. I'll choose your teachers amongst you who will also keep you in this delusion. So when this day comes and you get slayed, it's on your own head. So be it. I also will choose the delusions and will bring their fears upon them. So whatever you're fearing, the Father will bring upon you on this day. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. So when I'm telling the truth right now, and you don't want to hear, I don't want to hear, I want to hear it. So Father says, I'm going to bring your fears upon you in that same day as well. So since you don't want to hear the truth, Father is going to bring what you are fearing the most. Most people are fearing to hear the words, depart away from me, I never knew you. Now, if I was to count the people who done showed up to the feast right now, and I'm the bridegroom that goes up to close the door, I can count pretty much maybe on one hand how many people done showed up to the feast when we keep them. That's not a lot. And if I only know these 5 people, I can say to the rest of the people, depart away from me, I never knew you. I don't remember you coming to any feast. I don't remember you keeping any of the feast with us. I don't remember you keeping any of the Sabbath with us. You was trying to keep your own timeline, trying to keep your own thing. You was never showed up here when we say keep the feast. You never showed up when we say keep the Sabbath. You never did it. You was out doing your own thing. Maybe I can count maybe 2 hands. That's only 10 people. Just keeping the feast and keeping the Sabbath. The rest of the people can say, I never knew you. And say, Father, they was not here on this time. Father, they did not keep this at this time. Father, they always found something else to do other than this time. I cannot say I know them. I don't know them. If you want to let them in, okay. But I don't know them. And since I don't know them, we don't know them. What do you want me to do with them? Send them away. Have them depart from me. Ask them to depart from the gate. They can stay at the gate they want to. Depart away from me. I never knew you. It's going to be the one who's been signifying the feast, who's been making the call out to the people, who knows who's been there. And if I say I don't know you, then I don't know you. If I say you was not obedient, you was not obedient. And it said the house of David will be as Yah, meaning what? It will be as judge. And if you're not coming or raising the banner, even as you was told to raise the banner, I don't know you either, because you ain't listening. It is what it is. And I'm showing forth who I am. And the world sees it. I wouldn't know anything about 1997 or 2007 for it to be for the Gambia. I wouldn't know none of that at that time. At that time, for 1997 or 2007, I would not know nothing at this time. But the Father said, I'm speaking specifically about this man. This is my king. And me and him are one. Which ties in perfectly. Now we got the scripture that says, me and him are one. Now we're going to go back to this banner. In 2010, and Etana knows that I told her, I said, before I would know anything as I know right now, she could probably write in the comments or write somewhere. Father told me in 2010, he said, son, this is a family portrait of me and you. Wherever you are, and he said, this was me with my hands raised. Wherever you are, he said, this was him. I am there. And wherever I am, you are there. She remembers that back in 2011, when I said this to her. And I said, it's included for everybody. She said, no. He said it only for you. You trying to include everybody. But it's for you. And she can bear witness what I said and what she said. So all the naysayers can go on somewhere. This is above your pay grade. You ain't got nothing into this. This been going on before you even knew who you were. Heck, before I knew who I was. But I was walking this thing out. How we doing? Anybody care to elaborate? Anybody care to say something? Anybody? So here is now what the Father was having created. This right here. For this specific day when I would show up, signifying what? This is the person who will fight for us. Never again. You hear that, nations? And look at the bottom. Never again. It's right there in the city. Never again. In fact, I'm going to need to visit this and do my picture with this as well. We'll raise my hands up. I need to find this place, where this place is, go there and visit this village in the Gambia and take a picture next to it. Never again. Letter from Africa, torture revelations. Come on now. Never again. Gambia, the United Nations. You see what took place with us here. It talks about never again slavery statute. What these hands signify right here? We're owned by Yah, no longer owned by America or owned by the nations, but we're owned by the Father. Signifying what? The end of slavery from the nations. Coincidence? I think not. It's the truth that's coming out. So people can play with it if they want to, but they ain't got nothing that matches what I got right here. I will blow you out the water every single time you try to rise up. Anybody who think they're going to try to out-teach or out-say something, you ain't got no pictures to prove who you are, but constantly want to say something. But you ain't got nothing to say. So shut up. Never again. So yeah. I love it though. So may the Father's will be done on this earth as it is done in the heavens. At this time, as we are moving forward to what the Father is leading us into, a war with the nations. Those who have treated us wrong and don't feel we deserve to be paid, time's up. We'll just take it from your dead corpse. Or dead corpses. There's gonna be many of you dead. And all the money you done saved up, and all the stuff you done had, your houses, your cars, your gold, your apparel, your shoes, every single thing is gonna belong to us. We ain't begging you for reparations. We just gonna take it from your dead bodies. Because you yourself have injected yourself with death. And pretty soon, you will be dead. When you come to stand against us, you ain't gonna be able to stand. You're gonna be rotten as you stand up there getting ready to fight us. So be it. We have any announcements? Oh yeah, we got announcements for Passover. Passover is October 31st. Those who have made reservations to be with us here in the Gambia, and we're putting up the banner. We're going to find a way to put up the banner somewhere on the Gambia so people know exactly where to come to for that feast. We're going to start doing what the word said. We're going to put up the banner. We're going to find it. We're going to put up and find a hill, find something, put up the banner so people can come to it. Hey, the feast is around this way. Come. Right? So we have those who have reserved their spot for October 31st. Come. All monies need to be paid early. Don't try to pay it by the 27th. Pay it early. Also, if anyone knows the whereabouts of Uncle Kenny got the monies of Tia, the monies of Rochelle, or Rachel. He got the money of other people. I think Doris as well. So we need to find Uncle Kenny so we can get those monies from him for Passover. I haven't seen Uncle Kenny. I haven't talked to Uncle Kenny. But I know where Uncle Kenny's compound is. But he doesn't want to be found. So I can go up to him one day and just, if I really want to. If I really want to go, just let Uncle Kenny know, hey, I know where you at. I just been giving you the benefit of the doubt, let you come out and be a grown man about some stuff instead of acting like a child about some stuff. It is what it is. So, but the money that y'all gave him, I don't have. No one has it. He has it. So he needs to be contacted. So what you have paid for October 31st can be put towards October 31st. right? I want to put that out here now early, which is what, October 5th, 2021, for those in, excuse me, the nations. But for us, it's year 2022. You know what I'm saying? And it's the first of the year, right? It's the first month of the year for us still. So we're not at the last of the year. We're at the first part of the year. This is still New Year's for us because we're still in the process of keeping Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And we're about to keep the second Passover, October 31st. So we're at the beginning of everything. So these things are going to be taken, also watch this, close towards the beginning of everything. So it's going to be a feast that leads up to what? The Feast of Tabernacles. So it's going to be a war. All the wars are going to be taking place before the Feast of Tabernacles. So after all these people have been killed, the first feast we're going to keep after all these people have been killed is the Feast of Tabernacles. And they're going to be forced to keep it. Anyone who don't keep it dies. Play with it if you want to. See if I will not kill you or not have you killed. I will kill you in an instant. I will not even blink as you and your family, down to your baby infant, is being killed. I won't even smother. I'll be like, oh, well, okay. Into today's news, what we gonna do next? Have we done killed this whole family? This is cool. Y'all wanna go dance or something? Y'all wanna go eat? It's gonna be ruthless. And I love it. I could care less. Because if you can't do what my father say do, you don't deserve to be on this earth. And my anger will be ignited in an instant when I call for your death. And I won't even bat an eye. I won't. So, that's where we at. And none of y'all have the power to take me out because the word is written. So you can't override the word. Y'all can try if y'all want to. Y'all can move if y'all won't. You will be struck down dead trying to. You will die trying. And I will still be here laughing as your body is decaying. May my Father be praised on this earth and everywhere that people has breath. Right? All this foolishness that people are trying to force upon us is coming to a close. It's going to get worse for the people in the States because they're going to try to put the crunch down on you. So you need to be smart and go Shem, free Shem, get out of Dodge Shem, or deal what is coming to you. Shem, you have been warned. Shem, save up your money. Leave all the other necessities alone. Like, what we need is, I want to do this. Forget all that. Flee. When it's time to flee, you don't be like, well, I need this, I need that, I need a new dress, No. Leave. Stop playing with it. Get your passports done. Get all that stuff done. Leave. Or stay. And have your head cut off. Hopefully the Father be gracious enough to allow you to come back through the millennial reign. Because those who die for their testimony, if it's in the right context, will come back during the millennial reign. Or you won't get up until the second resurrection, and that means hell. So let me put this out here. Since the king is here, anyone dying from this plague, you're going to hell. I don't care if you like it, love it. It doesn't matter to me. The truth is the truth. If you're dying at the same time while salvation is here, you're going to hell. If you die resisting what they're trying to do to you, like have your head cut off, be killed by them, resisting, you might come back. That depends if the Father sees you as righteous. Just because you resist doesn't mean that you get to come back for the first resurrection. Because some of y'all is wicked as I don't know what. And it's just your judgment has come upon you. So a lot of Christians are going to die thinking they're dying for the name of Jesus And it will be literally their persecution of them dying, because the Father says that he will cause Jezebel's children to die. I'm going to kill Jezebel's children with death. I'm going to kill her children with death. That means if your head's being cut off, guess what? That's still death. He didn't say how he was going to kill you. He just said he was going to die. So if you are still believing in Jesus at the time when you're having your head decapitated for your body, you're going to hear, "Depart away from me, I never knew you," because that's not his name. You hear that? That's how I sound all day long. When they do their prayer, it's like, I'm like, how can you hear that? What are you listening to? And they go out and grab their little mats. And this is what they do. You be like, dang, did the earth just shake? Was that your forehead? Are you okay? Did you knock yourself dizzy? Do you need 911? Do y'all have a 911 here? What do y'all do for emergencies? Because this person need emergency, all your foreheads need emergencies. So you gotta, I'm telling you, I think I'm lying. When you come in, you be like, what is that big old dot on their head? It's from when they did this. On their prayer mat, on the concrete. Prayer mat on the concrete is not enough cushion for them to. And you be like, what is wrong with you? And they do it so they can show other Muslims that they're praying. I get my prayer on. You see my bump on my head right here? That lets you know I pray. Bible says to go in your closet and pray in secret, and the Father will reward you openly. He says that the scribes and Pharisees, they want to be seen standing in the open squares praying so everyone can see them. That is their reward. Their reward is that big old noggin on their forehead, that big old knot. That's their reward for them praying out like they're praying. If they want a bigger reward, they hit the ground a little bit harder. So they make it go a little bit bigger and they get a bigger reward. I'm telling the truth. I'm serious. Y'all think I mean, it's funny, but it's the truth. That's what he said. Their reward is the adulations of the people said, you've been praying. I can see it. It shows you've been praying. That bump got a little bit bigger. You got a bigger reward, didn't you? You're going for the big reward, aren't you? Pretty soon, this mother gonna look like Worf. They're gonna have a Worf forehead. Some of this mother, they're gonna be like a Worf. Like, man, these mothers is serious. Y'all went to outer space praying. We going where no man has gone before. They're gonna be looking like Worf up in this mother. I think I spelled that wrong. I know I did. Yeah, there we go. Star Trek, right? That's what it was, right? Star Trek. There it is, Worf. Their foreheads is gonna be messed up. Yeah, brain on top of your brain. Exactly. Look at this. This. This one right here. I love this one. Hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a meme. This is what the people look like in Islam when they pray. You can tell they've been praying because they have this on their forehead. A big old look at his face. Oh my goodness. Look at his face. Look at his hilarious. Oh shoot. Oh, it's funny. It's hilarious. He looks serious. I be praying. I be praying. You can see the knots on my forehead. I've been praying. I got a big reward. My reward got bigger. Look, you can start right here with this little small reward, and the reward got bigger, and it got bigger again. Like he got a big reward coming. But that's all the reward is coming. The Father ain't gonna reward him. He got rewarded by his forehead with a big old noggin on his mug. Look at this. This one right here. He is ready for his close-up. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Oh my goodness. My. I like big foreheads, I cannot lie. You other people can't deny. This is how the people look when they pray, man. I'm serious. You get it, be like, I see what he's talking about. Y'all all got a bump on your forehead. When you join Islam, you're going to get a forehead that is callous. Your forehead will be able to go through anything. When you are done, or once you become a Gemini or become a Jedi at praying in Islam. For real. Your forehead is going to become callous. You ain't going to feel nothing. When a bird land on it, you ain't going to feel that no more. If a fly land on it, you ain't going to feel it. You're going to be numb all up in here. Just be numb. She's going to be numb. She's going to be... I love it. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right, so we done hit everything. Does this make sense to everyone before we get up off of here? Yeah, we about to hit the 240. All right, so now y'all done had, y'all done kept at least, y'all done gave Father at least 10% of your day, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes a day. Father requires mandatory 2 hours and 40 minutes of your time. 2 hours and 40 minutes of your time in a day. You can read a word for 2 hours and 40 minutes. You can study for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Either way it is, if it's going to be about him for 2 hours and 40 minutes, you can pray. Whatever it is. But give him 2 hours and 40 minutes a day. Give him, tithe your time. And the Father will add to you time. Or continue to take all the time you want in your life and not have enough time in a day to get anything done that you need. Like, that's how it goes. If you take all your time, you will not find enough time to get anything done. You be like, it seems like I don't have enough time. I woke up early enough, but I still didn't get everything done. Or you can actually take that 2 hours and 40 minutes, give it to the Father, and the Father will multiply your time. You be looking up, it'd be times, I'll be looking at times, it'd be like 240. But I done spent time with the Father doing with y'all and everything like that. I look up again, be like 10 minutes later, look up, it's like 240 still. I'm like, still 240. You done added some time to me. Be like the time just goes slower. Like, man, time is going slow today. Like, I have enough time to get everything done. And this day I thought I was gonna have no time, but he done added some time to me. And some people would do a shortcut, like, you know what, you was gonna do this, I just went ahead and did it for you. Thank you. If you literally would just give him your time and stop telling me you ain't got enough time, since you ain't got enough time, give him your time and he will multiply your time. Or continue to keep taking time for yourself and watch you ain't got enough time to do what you need to get done. That's how it works. It's the same way with money. It's the same exact way. If you want the money to stretch, give it to what he wants you to give it to, it will stretch. If you want more time, give your time to him, he will make it stretch. Or keep it all to yourself and have none. Or keep all your money to yourself and have none. So you choose wisely though, right? Remember, truth is not biased. It's absolute. So we're gonna play these in the remarks and we'll get up out of here. I hear you, Father. All right, so I want me to play something else before I do that. So we're gonna play it. It's gonna be obedient. So let's do it. It's gonna be obedient. And then I'm gonna play the other part. So I gotta play this first, and then I gotta play the other video. I was gonna just play the outro, and just let it be done with that. But I was like, no, play the other one. So we're gonna play this one first.
Kusabi family, today I come to you guys with an appealing message. This is very urgent and people have to take it our king is about to go back to Embo, and of course, you know, he has some expenses that he has to take care of, and then he has a couple of things that he has to finish up before going back to Embo, you know. He has some short videos that he has to finish up and some music that he has to get done with, and then he also has his whole video editing system and, you know, the music system that he has to carry with him back home in Embu, where he's going to the Gambia. So today I'm coming with an appealing message to you guys, everybody that is following up on the king. I'm urging you guys to help do like a little fundraiser for him. We need to come up with some amount of money that is gonna help him out with whatever he's doing. As you guys know that he doesn't have a work that he's doing. All he does is the work of the Father of the Kingdom, to give us the word, to give us the instructions which we're supposed to follow, and, you know, get ourselves back to Embo, come out of this slavery that we are in. We've been in the slavery for a long time. I know all of you guys are willing and are happy and are ready, so ready to get out of this Babylon system, this slavery system that we've been into. Many people think that it's not slavery, but it is, you know. So long as you're working and at the end of the day you don't see the fruits thereof, you're still in slavery. You're supposed to be working and see the fruits. The only people who are seeing the fruits are those people who are working for the devil. So long as you're in that binding agreement with the devil, you will have excess. But those who are not in that binding agreement, they don't have excess. You'll be lying to yourself. So my message to you guys today, I wasn't coming here to preach for you or anything like that sort. I was just urging you guys from the deepest of your hearts, of your souls, let's contribute, let's come up with something and, you know, make this trip for the king possible so that he can be able to go to Embo and things will start moving thereof. After he's gotten to Embo, I'm pretty sure the cards and whatever's will be in place and he'll start, and things will start moving as they're supposed to according to the prophecy. I know most people don't know probably what salvation is and the seriousness of you being saved, because he is our salvation. Yeshua is our salvation. So salvation basically is you being saved from your soul being saved from death. And if your soul is getting saved from death, that is serious. That is a big thing. You should think twice about it. You know, most people just think salvation is just, you know, getting saved, being holy and walking, you know, in the right path and doing the right stuff. But it's not just that. Salvation is you being saved from sin and being saved from death. Many people always say, there's this verse that is called John 3:16. It talks about for God, okay, they always call him, for Yeshua saved the whole world that he gave up his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have, you know, eternal life. Most people just say that verse, you know, just for that, but for that way, you know, you just say it for the sake of saying it. But you don't know the true meaning. The true meaning is Yeshua is right now, right here with us. This is what it meant. He's right here with us. Those who people are putting their belief in him and they believe whatever he's telling us to do are the ones who are going to be saved. So those of us who don't believe in him, pretty much, you're doomed. You got no salvation for yourself. So let's take this seriously and try and come up with the little that we have. Whatever money that you have, money is money. Don't say that you got $1, you can't contribute $1. It will help somewhere. If you have $1, if you have 20, if you have 100, if you're financially philanthropic, you have 1,000, you have whatever, send it. Send it to my Cash App. My Cash App is Ochash Babo, OCHASHBOOBA. I know BABOO at yahoo.com. That's my Cash App. And the King's Cash App is Heart of Psalms. Heart of Psalms. Heart of Psalms. I'll put both the links for the Cash Apps in the description so that you guys can directly send whatever that you're blessed with. And like the book says, the hand that giveth is the hand that always receiveth. You know, give it out with a clean heart, with a pure heart, and you will be blessed. And those of you who don't believe about the King David prophecy, I'd urge you to go to the book of 2 Samuel and read from chapter 8. chapter 8, Second Samuel chapter 8, no, chapter 7, verse 8 till 12. And it says this: Now therefore, thus shall you say to my servant Dawidi, Thus says the Lord of hosts, I took you from the sheepfold, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people of Israel. And I have been with you wherever you have gone, and have cut off all your enemies from before you, and have made you a great name, like the name of the great men who are on the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and I will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Nor shall the sons of wickedness oppress them any more, as previously, since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused you to rest from all your enemies. Also the Lord tells you that he will make you a house. Okay, here it is. When your days are fulfilled and you rest with your fathers, that is the Lord telling Dawidi, I will set up your seed after you. Did you hear that? That's powerful. The seed is right here with us. I will set up your seed after you, who will come from your body, and I will establish his kingdom. That's the greatest promise. The greatest promise that we should live holding on to. And it's turning up right now. It's proving itself. It's coming out. The seed is out here, and the seed is Yeshaya Congo. I urge you guys to follow it up. The salvation is here. Don't let your salvation pass you, because it only comes one chance. One chance. Noah was given the salvation. Moshe was given the salvation, and he led the people out of Mitzrayim. And right now we have Yeshaya, our brother. He's been given the salvation. He's been given the mantle. Let's take it up to him. Let's believe with our whole heart, our whole souls, and our whole bodies, and make this happen. All of us want that forever rest, the forever peace, the forever rest, the forever freedom. It is right here with us. Let's follow the instructions. The instructions are so simple, and we will be saved. Salvation is with us right now. Thank you guys, and I'll thank all of those of you who are going to be contributing towards this great fund that we have. Let's make this trip to the star so the clock can start ticking, and we can be able to find ourselves back home. I will be going back home. I'll leave everything. I'll sell everything that I got and go back home. You should do the same, because Yasha is doing that. He is our example. Let's do it. Let's get this done. Thank you guys. I love you guys, and thank you, and thank you. And may the spirit of our ancestors be with all of you. May the spirit of Yeshaya be with you all the times of your life. Cheers. so we are here at Truth Colors today, and today I blew my brother Yasha's mind, by telling him something that he didn't even know about, you see, the Father works in amazing ways. Yasha has had, see the background that I have right here? It has many colors, the Truth Colors background. So Yasha has had it since he started his YouTube channel. So me in the process of doing my from Adam all the way till so we are here at Truth Colors today, and today I blew my brother Yasha's mind, by telling him something that he didn't even know about, you see, the Father works in amazing ways. Yasha has had, see the background that I have right here? It has many colors, the Truth Colors background. So Yasha has had it since he started his YouTube channel. So me in the process of doing my reading my stuff and all that, I've read about the coat of many colors. The father, all the patriarchs in the Bible used to have that coat. It goes down from Adam all the way till Joseph, and during the period of Joseph is when the coat kind of disappeared, but it was the coat of many colors. The same thing is what my brother Yasha here has, Truth Colors. So you guys need to know that where all the colors for the truth are is where the Father dwells. So this guy has the truth and it's the bomb. If you guys are still double-minded, it's for your own doom. Check him out. Always listen to his words. The Father says, you listen to what he tells you. You don't look at what he's doing. Listen to what he's telling you. If you follow the instructions, boom, you'll be saved. If you look at Adam and Eve, they didn't follow the instructions. The Father gave them the instructions. They went away from it. They did their own thing. They leaned onto their own understanding. But right now, he's speaking to all of us through Yasha. So we're supposed to listen to what Yasha is telling us. Truth Colors, that's where the truth is. The way, the truth, and the lie. Yeah, my boy.
Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. I do.
All right, you gonna cut it?
Yeah. All right, fam.
CME family. Thank you for subscribing and supporting my Patreon channel, where the truth is not biased. It's absolute. I dedicate this channel through Nzambi Zulu to the awakening of my people and discovering who they truly are, to bring out information and revelation that they may not see anywhere else. And as we embark on this journey together, feel free to shop with us. OBYU, featuring our brand, Goshen Black. You can also purchase new truth music from me, your boy Heart of Song, aka Musiq, featuring Etana, Nzambi, JG the Messenger, and other great artists on CD Baby and iTunes. It's time to awaken to the truth and power. Aren't you tired of being lied to? Truth speaks. Truth awakens. Truth colors.
Other Psalms.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown